So, things you learn from Christian history. Number 5. Always be suspicious of really virtuous sounding names and titles. A variant. Never trust anyone called Innocent. Pope Innocent III launched the crusade against the Cathars. The tribunal of the Holy Office of the Inquisition turned out not to be very holy at all. The Holy Roman Empire, TM, was always an oxymoron. Some of its leaders were actual morons as well. This rule remains very much in force. The highly dubious Vatican Bank is called the Institute for the Works of Religion. The same rule also applies to other faiths. The much feared Saudi Arabian religious police are called the Committee for the Promotion of Virtue and the Prevention of Vice. Chapter 5. Dark Ages, Dating and Divorce. Firstly, a pen picture of Charlemagne. Name Charles, aka Charlemagne, or Carolus Magnus, Charles the Great, or Carl with a K. Nationality Frank, date 748 to 814. Appearance big, bearded, brutal. Before he was famous, the son of Pepin. Famous for the first Holy Roman Empire. Emperor. Church reformer, amateur theologian, and a tyrant. Why does he matter? The crowning of Charlemagne marks independence in the West from the Eastern Empire. The founding of the Holy Roman Empire, TM, is really the beginning of the idea of Christendom, the Christian West. Could you have a drink with him down the pub? Definitely. Although you might have to slaughter some Saxons first. Kid Charlemagne. Charlemagne was the top man in Europe, and it was to him that the church turned when in 799 the Pope went on trial. Pope Stephen III was succeeded by Pope Hadrian I, and when Hadrian popped off, he was succeeded by Pope Leo III, not to be confused with Emperor Leo III. His appointment outraged Hadrian's family, not only because Leo was common and possibly part Arab, but because they essentially viewed the papacy as a kingdom with a big church attached, and they expected the position to be inherited by another member of their family. On the 25th of April 799, my birthday, Leo was attacked by a group led by Hadrian's nephew. They tried to blind him and cut out his tongue. He was rescued and taken to Charlemagne's court for protection. When he returned to Rome in November, he found himself assaulted in a different way. He was charged for simony, selling church positions for money, of perjury and adultery. Simony gets his name from Simon in the book of Acts, who tried to purchase the power of the Holy Spirit from Peter and John. Seems a bit unfair, really. Simon only wanted miraculous powers. He wasn't after becoming Archbishop of Samaria. Anyway, for the first time in history, a pope was put on trial. Problem: who can judge a pope? The Eastern Emperor wasn't an option for a number of reasons, but mainly because he was a she. At this time, the emperor was an empress, Irene. Frankish law, known as the Salic law, excluded females from inheriting land or titles, or doing anything very much, except simpering and looking feminine. So that ruled her out immediately. She wasn't a proper ruler. To be fair, she did her best to act like a man. She had her own son blinded and murdered, and even dared to convene an ecumenical council held at Nicaea in 787. This is the last of the 7 official ecumenical councils, and was the one where icons were agreed to be a very good thing. But the council didn't bother to invite the bishops of the Franks or their king, Charlemagne. Charlemagne dismissed it and called the Eastern Church a filthy pond of hell. Nope. There was only one man left for the job: Charlemagne. So he went to Rome, and on the 23rd of December 799, the Pope stood at the high altar of St. Peter's and swore on the Gospels that he was innocent. Not innocent with a capital I, innocent with a small I. Innocent with another Pope. Or a load of popes, actually. This one was Leo. Do try to stay focused. And that was that. Sorted. 2 days later, Charlemagne had his reward in the form of a Christmas present from the Pope. On Christmas Day, Charlemagne was praying at St. Peter's tomb. As he rose from kneeling for prayer at the conclusion of the Christmas Day Mass, the Pope stepped forward and placed the imperial crown on Charles's head. Leo proclaimed Charlemagne the First Holy Roman Emperor. Always get those two muddled up. The First Holy Roman Emperor.